Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. This is episode 300, as well as day 300 of my journey. At the beginning of the year, I had challenged myself to run 365 days in a row, all outside, bearing the elements, whatever they may bring. I had also challenged myself to run 1,500 miles within this time frame. Also within this time frame, I challenged myself to run 2 big races. One of those races being a 50K ultramarathon trail race. That was the Yankee Springs 50K trail race out in Middleville, Michigan on June 5th, 2021. That was day 156 of my journey. I was able to finish that race within 7 hours, 15 minutes, and 22 seconds. And was able to keep the run streak alive even after that big 31-mile race. So the next race that came up within this yearly time frame was the Detroit Free Press Marathon. I ran that on October 17th, 2021. That was day 290, so that was actually exactly 10 days ago I ran the marathon, and I ran the Motor City Challenge within that race, which entailed me running the competitive 1 mile and the competitive 5K the day before the actual marathon on day 289. So ran that race on day 290, was shooting for a sub 4 time in that race, and was actually able to get 3 hours, 57 minutes, and 28 seconds. So really excited and stoked about that time as well. And as you can tell, since we are on day 300, I was able to keep the streak alive since that big race as well. But day 300, let's talk about miles. So for the day today, got out there and put in 1.5 miles yet again for the day. This is the 9th day in a row since that race I put in that many miles. We'll get into that in a second. But so that put me at 4.5 miles for the week, which put me at 98.2 miles for the month, which put me at 1,342.1 miles for the year. So yearly, with that 1,500 mile goal, I'm only 157.9 miles away from hitting that 1,500 mile goal. But let's focus in on these monthly miles. So every single month, I challenge myself to run a 100-mile challenge, and I do it in honor of a charity in which I donate money to, as well as I try to raise money and awareness for that charity by starting a coinciding fundraiser on Facebook that follows along with that 100-mile monthly challenge. For the first 9 months, we were able to raise money for 9 great charities. Now we're here within the month of October, the 10th month, and October's 100-mile challenge is in honor of Michigan Humane. I chose Michigan Humane here this month in October because October is Adopt a Shelter Dog Month. I'm a huge dog person in Michigan Humane. They are the shelter throughout the state of Michigan, and they do a great job, so I wanted to help support them and try to raise money and awareness for them. So if you'd like to donate to this month's fundraiser, you can find the link to do so on the Defining Discipline Instagram story or the Defining Discipline Facebook story. Just click on the link. It'll open up another page where you're actually able to make your donations. And all donations that get made to this fundraiser go directly to this fundraiser. You can actually also find the link on my personal page's Instagram story or Facebook story. And like I said, you click on the story, within the top it'll say open on Facebook. You open it up, that's where you're able to make your actual donations. And again, all donations go directly to this cause and fundraiser. Facebook is not taking any percentage or portion of your donations. I do know times are tough. Not everyone is able or can afford to donate. If that is the case, do not feel bad. If you'd like to still help out, the next best thing you can do is just click that share button. Because what we're trying to do is raise awareness for it, and the best way to do that is get as many eyes on it as possible. So you putting it on your page or even on your stories disappear in 24 hours, so you don't got to worry about it being up there for too long if that's one of your worries. But getting it out there, raising awareness for it, it truly helps out. Other than that, I guess we can kind of get ready to get into today's actual episode. But as always, right before the episode, we are going to do the word of the day. So today's word of the day for October 27th. It is going to be treacle. Treacle is a British word for molasses. The heavy sweetness of the syrup influenced people to apply its name to things overly sentimental. Treacle. That is today's word of the day. Guess I'll screenshot it. So let's get into today's actual episode. So today is day 300. Episode 300. Got out there and ran today. Like I said, did the 1.5 miles. I envisioned my 300th day to be a little bit different. I envisioned putting in a good run, feeling a lot better. I am currently on day 5 of testing positive for COVID. So I've been kind of struggling these last few days getting runs in. So I got out there today, like I said, for 1.5 miles. So for today's theme, episode 300, kind of serves it right to be today's theme. It is Persevere. And for a couple different reasons. Obviously, one, because that's what I've been doing these last few days. I've been persevering and pushing through this difficult time of trying to run with COVID. Truly, my cardio level, my muscles, nausea, it hasn't been the same since, I feel worse. My body feels worse after a 1.5 mile run with COVID than it did right after the marathon. Like, I know it sounds weird, but I get back from the 1.5 mile runs and my knees will start, I feel little pains in my knees and joints and stuff, which I normally never do. So, just my whole body's been weak. So I've been really able to kind of persevere and push through, these past 5 days. But not even just these 5 days, but this whole year, We're 300 days in now. I know a lot of people probably doubted I'd even make it 30 days in or whatever the case may be. I had a lot of people tell me it's not possible. I had a lot of people tell me I'm an idiot. I had a lot of people tell me a whole bunch of different stuff, but I didn't have very many people that encouraged me or believed in me. I do have a few, so I can give you that. But most people tell me I'm crazy or it wasn't going to be possible, and I persevered. And we're 300 days in. We're on the home stretch. To even think 300 days, it's truly, it's insane. And there's so much I've learned about persevering throughout this year. It's so important because no matter, sometimes when you're really pushing through things, you don't instantly see your results. You can go out there and you can, all these days I ran, I don't see instant results. Every day it's not like, oh, I got better, I get better, I get better, I get better. It takes a long period of time to really persevere, put yourself out there and work and work and work and work and work. And over that long period of time, you will start to see results. You will see the gradual change of what you're able to do. For me, not being able to even run 1 mile to being able to run 50Ks and marathons and continue to run the days after I actually run those races, and doing this within 2 years of start running. And it all came with persevering when the times get difficult. It's those times when, even in this year, and especially this year with me running every day, but even last year, it was those days, when it was snowing or it was raining or it was really cold, windy, whatever the case may be, or I just didn't feel like running, didn't feel good, or there was something that was happening that would made it really difficult for me to truly get out there. It was me saying, I'm going to do this. I'm going to persevere. I'm going to not let this roadblock or this difficult thing that's really trying to, even mentally possibly stop me, just because, you start making up excuses for yourself why, I'll run tomorrow. It's raining today, or whatever the case may be. If it's not running, you're always making up excuses to put it off tomorrow. But if you can persevere and really push through those times, those difficult times, especially when you really are giving yourself every excuse not to do it, that is where you truly start to progress. You truly start to start reaping those benefits of, like I said, you start putting in all this work and you don't really see the results. But it's those days that you get out there and you don't really want to, and everything's telling you shouldn't. Today, yesterday, these last 5 days, didn't want to get out there. I wanted actually more miles. I wanted to start really going to town this week. But my body's just like telling me, you can't get out there. You shouldn't be running. You need to be laying down. You need to be trying to sleep. Which I have been doing, so don't think I've been completely dumb about it with COVID. I've been resting as much as possible. I've only got out there for 15-minute runs each day, so it's nothing crazy, just a mile and a half. But getting back after it, getting out there and feeling like crap, and then getting back and still feeling like crap, but feeling a lot better mentally because I pushed myself through that. And again, it's something that everyone, I think, has to find their own level of perseverance, and they need to find their own thing to persevere on. But once you really start to fine tune that, you will understand that persevering is something that's going to only strengthen you, obviously, but it's something that's gonna help carry you, and it's gonna help really motivate you to get out there. And it all starts to come second nature once you really start to get out there. So that's pretty much what today's episode was about. I'm kind of rambling now about persevering. I'm trying to persevere this episode because, again, today was day 300. It's such a cool mile marker. So to persevere through this whole year has been, such a huge challenge. There were so many different things that have came up that have challenged me. If there was a Murphy's Law, I definitely believe it because, some things just popped up and it seemed like God was playing with me. Like, really, you're gonna throw this on me right now. But I was able to persevere, and looking back on it, truly, I'm happy and I'm grateful in the direction I continue to head. So I'm going to continue to persevere forward. Like I said, today was day 300 in a row. We're going to see how far we can take this baby. So let's get ready to close today's episode out. So for that case, your daily discipline today is going to be to persevere. It is going to be push through those difficult times, even if the odds of success aren't high. If you truly think, it seems doubtful, keep pushing through, keep persevering. Because once you persevere and you push through those times where you think, this isn't really going to happen, that's when you find the most strength, when you are able to really push yourself through those dark, difficult times. So your daily discipline today is to persevere. And other than that, guys, this is episode 300, day 300, like I said. I want to thank you guys for following along with me. And if you guys can, please give the podcast a like, a subscribe, a share, a follow on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and whatever podcast streaming platform you've been following along and listening on. Really looking forward to getting rid of COVID and getting back into some decent runs here. Looks like we're going to finish October off with just over 100 miles. Don't know exactly where we're going to be. We're definitely going to break the 100-mile challenge, but not like previous months where, hitting 125, or July where I hit 200 miles. That was insane. That's a persevering moment right there, July, but we're not going to get into that. But yeah, I completely, we're talking about miles. So yeah, I think we're barely going to push, barely going to make the 100 this year, or we're going to make it. We're just not going to go too crazy over, unless tomorrow I wake up and I feel like a brand new man and I can get out there and put in a good run, maybe even another half marathon before the month's over. We'll see. Maybe we can hit 125. But I'm hoping November, when November hits, I'll be able to really start gaining back some mileage here. Really looking forward to that. Really itching to get out there. Like I said, these last few days have been a mental struggle too, just trying to get out there. Wanting to really get out there and run, but just even doing the same mile and a half for, like I said, this has now been 9 days, but even before the marathon and the 5K, the week building up to those races, I did the same mile and a half. They did the races and then went back to the mile and a half to recover from the race, and then COVID hit, so I've been stuck on this mile and a half run, and man, it is just draining doing the same run over and over and over again. So really looking forward to changing it up and adding some mileage and working on some speed work and getting ready for some new races, which is something I also need to be trying to look into, which the next few races are going to be. Other than that, yeah, thank you guys again. Episode 300, about to close it out. Just want to leave on one last note, and that is to get your daily discipline done. If you guys can, get your donations in, and let's work on ourselves on an individual level. I think that is the true way to make the world a better place. Is we're not perfect. We all know we're not perfect. We all know we have flaws. And if we were to work on our own personal flaws and try to become a better version of ourselves, and we could all do that, that would truly make the world a better place. So that is kind of the message of the podcast, and I want to leave you on that. 300 days now into this journey. Thank you guys so much. Again, I will see you tomorrow for episode 301. And until then, stay disciplined, get your daily discipline done. Peace out.